You're such an asshole.
La-di-di-di, genocide. La-di-da-di-dud, an ocean of blood. Let's begin the killing time. Hello, children. Hi, Aaron. I'm one of your older listeners. At 53, I really wish the internet was around when I was 18. God damn, so do I. So I could have access to more information about life and careers than I did. My entire life could serve as a cautionary tale to your readers. Long story, I'm in a pretty good place now financially, but was wondering, a few years ago, you felt that putting money away for retirement like a 401k was probably not the best idea, as most or all of it would likely be confiscated at some point in order to keep the government and its myriad of programs afloat. Do you still feel that way, or has anything occurred to change your mind? Just curious. As always, keep up the good work. You're saying much that the young people need to hear. Cheers. Not in that regard about investing in the market in general. And keep in mind, it's not so much, there's outright confiscation, that could happen, and that's an increasing threat. What I was more worried about is they would rescind the tax treatments first. Then they might just go and damn well take the damn thing, or they increase the capital gains tax. They'd catch a backlash, but I'm wondering with the baby boomers dying and the baby boomers so vilified, and the millennials just hate the boomers more than I thought, which is hard to imagine. They could, if they outvote the boomers, and the boomers, being old and like, oh, the Democrats, they're gonna protect me. You get enough dupes, yeah, they could actually just outright saying, hey, if you have X amount more in your 401k, IRA, or just a regular non-retirement account. They may even go after those first because they're not retired. We can't go after retirement. But those rich bastards that had more money to have an excess stock retire, we gotta go get that. Yeah, I could see it. And keep in mind, at least the Democrats are smart enough not to go after the assets. Like, for example, corporate taxes. We hated corporations until corporations started bowing down at the cock of social justice or virtue signaling. But at one time, your state and local corporate taxes were around 40%. You throw in dividend taxes, it was more. And I forgot what it is now. Trump lowered it a little bit. But that essentially made the government a 40% shareholder of the company. But people don't see that because people are stupid. They don't look at taxes. They don't look at it. So all it has to do is be one curtain behind what the American people see. Like, if you all had to cut a check at the very first, on the day your taxes were due, there was none of this, what do they call it, payroll tax or pay-as-you-go system. That's all the curtain they need to keep the majority of dipshit Americans like, oh, it's not that bad. I got money in my pocket. So they would go after it in a clandestine way, like it, but it doesn't have to be too clandestine, because again, the average American is a fucking retard. Especially when it comes to finance. There might actually be mentally retarded people out there who are better financial managers than your average American, because the average American is a dumb fuck when it comes to finance. So my concerns are still there. They have not been assuaged. But what has changed my mind in one thing is that no one invests anymore. We don't invest anymore. There is no investment, because there is no good investment out there where I invest $10,000 and I get $500 a year. I get a 5% rate of return. Oh, it's a little bit risky. That makes $1,000 a year. I get a 10% rate of return. No one invests anymore. The only way you really invest nowadays is through a private investment, by investing in your own company or going into cahoots. You invest in funds and I'll buy a bar with you, Bob. And you become a business owner or a part business owner. That's investing. But with your 401ks, IRAs, anything that's a financial asset, a publicly traded asset, that is not investing anymore. And the reason is hang on, let's look up. What's the dividend yield today? S&P 500. No fucking way, it's not 4.32. Oh, here it is. Okay, that was the I'm sorry. That was the average. Right now, it's 1.86%. That's what you get paid for investing in the average U.S. stock. That doesn't even beat inflation. So there is no real rate of return to get investing in the stock market. Some people would say it's speculation. Now we're going for, well, the value of the stock might go up, and that's investing. Stupid fucking Americans. So now it's speculation because there's no investment. Price to rents, it depends very much where you are. Real estate investment trusts, I'm wondering what their average dividend yield is. But the point is, you throw in $10,000 and now you're getting $200 back. Well, $186 back, really, which is nothing. That's not investing. But I am advocating people invest nonetheless. And the reason why is that we do not invest anymore. What we do when we invest, which isn't investing anymore, is we are hedging against inflation. That's it. Everyone will, well, housing always goes up, except for like that one decade when it didn't. But you ever notice how the stock market goes exponential, the housing prices go up exponential, tuition goes up exponential? That's because we print off fucking money. Everyone says there is no inflation. Yeah, the CPI and a gallon of milk and whatever we import from China at slave wage labor. Okay, yeah, that's not going up. But you're damn right there's inflation. And it's in housing and tuition and cars and healthcare and retirement, the stock, investment, real estate investment, other financial assets. Because when you print off the money, whoever you give it to, welfare queen Sue or Madison getting her 14th sociology degree and she's never going to pay back her student loans, the money inevitably circulates back to the banks and the banks lend it out into some key things, usually things that are you can't afford for cash. So cars, housing, which affects rents as well, student loans, health emergencies through credit cards, and then what was the other one? Oh, financial assets, stock prices, because individuals may not borrow money to go buy back stocks, but corporations sure the hell do. They do stock buybacks. There's been a huge leveraging. It's been going on 10 years, I think. Interest rates are so low, corporations are like, we can buy back how much stuff? And I don't know how many trillions we're up to now. It was over $1 trillion the last time I checked, but we could damn well be near $2 trillion of money that corporations have borrowed at, 3 or 4%, and then undiluted their shares by 80%, driving up shareholder value. But whatever. So stocks have been driven up in prices as well, to the point you're 1.86% is a joke of a return. But we still invest. We still put our money in these things, and the reason why is because if you don't, it's no different than the Weimar Republic. Where like you would get paid every 3 hours, you'd run out and buy something, anything. Give me that piece of wood. Here's some worthless marks. Hey, give me that goose. Okay, here's your, because those held value. And people aren't doing that consciously now, but that's really what's happening. Is you need to invest in assets, a diversified portfolio of assets. I'm not even saying financial assets in general, because if you don't, you will be inevitably priced out of the market. Not because you're good in now, because who knows, to the stratosphere. No, because we keep printing off fucking money, and the money inevitably ends up in stock prices, housing prices, and then you end up like a dipshit millennial. You end up like a dipshit, I can't afford rent. Oh, did you vote to fucking print off more money to bail you out, you dipshit? Why is everything too expensive? It's the evil Republicans. I'm a college graduate. I took economics. How come I ain't welcome? How come housing goes up? Again, Americans are fucking retards when it comes to finance. So that's why I'm still advocating you invest in the markets and assets. Now, here's the difference. That doesn't take away the risk they will confiscate it. It doesn't take away the risk that they'll jack up your property taxes. It doesn't take away the government can always jack up your taxes and confiscate it one way or another. But it does mean you got to put it somewhere now, man. You do. And I noticed this when I sold my house, because like everyone thinks, oh, yay, I sold my house. I got a full offer. It's not yay, because I still got to live somewhere. And when you rent, you're like, how much a month? Holy, there's been 400% inflation in rent since what was it? It's been probably 20 years and rent's gone up 400%. For about, a studio apartment. My income did not go up 400%. But my point is also, I have this, okay, now I got to roll over a 1031 exchange. I got to invest in a new house. But people think, the boomers made all this money. No, let's say the boomer sells their house. Now they go into the rental market or they go into a housing market that's inflated. So the purchasing power is gone. It's not like, look how much money the boomers don't have money. They got assets, but they ain't got money. Because if they were to sell their assets, they gotta, usually housing is what I'm talking about. You gotta live somewhere, and so you either rent, in which case you're gonna lose that money real quick, or you gotta buy into an overinflated house as well to go live somewhere. And so if you're a millennial, you're just plain fucked. You are plain fucked. All that free money you voted in for Obama, all the more free money you think Bernie's gonna give you, you think housing is expensive now, dumb fucks. You think tuition is expensive. You think healthcare is expensive now. Woo! Wait till that money inevitably finds its way back to the bank. It goes from the federal okay. Follow the dollar. A little cartoon dollar. Hey, it's born of the Federal Reserve. It comes out. Wah, wah, wah. And then, welfare Sue gives, she takes, give me my money. Spends it on what a welfare, not their kids, they don't spend it on their kids. She buys it on cigarettes and booze and going out and pumps and party, yay! And then the nightclub takes the dollar bill and then deposits it in the bank, and then this dollar bill is congregated with 100 million other dollar bills, and then some real estate developer borrows all of it and goes out and buys some houses. And it just jacks up the price of houses. And now it's in the housing market. And there's the double, I can't find rent now. So you have to invest in a very diversified portfolio. You have to invest in these assets. And so whereas, yes, the government can confiscate your stock account, your 401k, your IRA theoretically in the future, or they could tax it out of existence, or they could jack up property taxes. They could just, land redistribution. You benefited unfairly through hard work and majoring in STEM. Now we're going to give it to the lazy parasitic fucks of society who just bred and shit in the streets of Portland. Because reasons. Because of patriarchy. But isn't he a guy? Fuck you, raised it. Identifies as a woman. So yes, you diversify into stocks. You can diversify into precious. These are some you should all own. So yes, stocks. There should be some stocks. Bonds. There should be some bonds. Real estate, either through a real estate investment trust or your own home. Okay, that's another way to do it. But then there are some eccentric ones that are a little bit different. And this is where don't be Aaron, dummy. You know what? It's funny. The silver I bought 20 years ago has actually paced with inflation. It's actually done rather well. But in any case, your precious metals, okay? Gold, silver, you could get eccentric with platinum and palladium and all that if you want. Copper's kind of cool. You get like copper bars. Go find some pennies pre-1982. Those are all copper. So you got that. You can do that. But then there's also cryptocurrency. And this is why I say, people, what's your opinion on cryptocurrency? And you got two camps. It's the next greatest thing. And the people like, look at those fucktards thinking cryptocurrency. I like cryptocurrency, and for not reasons that you might think. It's just a great insurance policy. It's a great insurance policy. Everybody should have some cryptocurrency. Everybody. Do you have life insurance? Do you have housing insurance? Do you got car insurance? Well, how about some currency insurance? Or inflation insurance? Or fucking dictatorial, tyrannical communists come fucking take your shit insurance? Ask the Venezuelans and the Vietnamese and the East Indians with their current, or not the current, but their somewhat recent gold controls. So with cryptocurrency, that's how you hedge. That is how you hedge. It's not only an inflation hedge, but it is also a tyrannical government confiscation hedge as well. And, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. So you'll hold your physical gold and silver, you go bury it by a tree. Your crypto, oh, I'm gonna get a smelling dog, and where'd you put a gun to your head? Where'd you put the silver and the gold? I don't know, pow. And well, that'll never happen. You just wait. So there's precious metals that you hide. There's cryptocurrency, which is like your break glass in case of emergency. You should all have some. Everyone should get. I don't care. I guess Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin are the three main ones. Okay, so I got a little bit of Bitcoin. Full disclosure. But then, if they're not going to confiscate it, what I would recommend you do is you buy some land at least. I know a lot of you guys out there and gals too. You played your cards right. God bless you. God bless you. There's some millennials that love nothing more than hear, hey, I'm 31 and I majored in STEM and I didn't take on debt and now I'm sitting on 120K. I don't know if I want to live somewhere. What should I do? Buy land. Yeah, I don't know if you knew this. Buy land in a conservative state where the local government isn't going to fucking tax it away from you. The Twin Cities, I think Atlanta and Minneapolis now, I think they're forcing landlords that you have to take Section 8. Don't quote me on that. No, Atlanta was housing vouchers or something like that. Like, you don't own your land. You go buy land. You may not live it. You may not develop. Just go buy some land somewhere. Okay? And then you're going to live later. You sit on it, you pay that down, and then when you've ran around and you've explored and you've made your money, or a very common one I've found is California. A lot of guys and gals over in Silicon Valley making a ton of money, living in a van, living at home, living somewhere cheap, and they're just stacking dollars, man. And then I've known two people to buy land out in Vegas, or a house rather, I should say. Two guys have bought houses out here for dirt cheap. No, we're gonna get the fuck out soon. So, well, one did. So that's another thing you could do. So you could kind of hedge it. Unless the federal government comes over, we're going to come up with a national land tax. I was like, okay, all right, well, maybe the guns come out then. Maybe, that'd be a line. I'd be like, no. So that's what you got to do. So you gotta. I would still say yes, invest. And it depends. Now you're 53. So what I would be doing, especially if you're a high income earner, this is just me. It doesn't, talk to an advisor. I'd be doing the traditional one because they can't take back the tax break they give you. So that the Roth, that's where they might fuck over the millennials. The millennials might fuck over themselves with that. We gave all the rich people, this free capital gains tax. We're going to rescind that and tax your capital gains. Wait a minute, it's us. Why is everything so expensive? So I'd be worried more about the Roth because they can't go back in time and take back the tax breaks they gave you, and you're older, so you don't have that much time for capital gains. So that's what I would be doing. But if you're really worried and you want to keep up, and not necessarily keep up with inflation, but have a good insurance thing, I get some cryptocurrency. How much, Aaron? I don't know. It depends how much money you got to spend. Couple thousand, diversified, dude. I'm gonna warn you now. It's a royal fucking pain in the ass. A royal motherfucker. Then don't you fucking crypto. It's not that hard. You see, you just No. It's burdensome. It is very burdensome to get cryptocurrency, but it's something you should probably do. No, it's something you should do. So get on $5,000 to $10,000, let's just say, because I don't know what the prices are and how much it gets you, but just get a little bit of foothold in some cryptocurrency. Get precious metals. And then, still invest in a stock account. What I would think about doing is maybe spread it across different stock accounts because they could say, any stock account with more than $250,000 pays an extra tax. Well, geez, too bad. My 10 accounts only have $2,500 each. Something like that. But that's what I would do. But honestly, man, it's just my next step is probably getting overseas, like a piece of land overseas. And maybe not even a piece of land, but just like a bank account. Something real simple where it's like, oh, is that how it's going to be here? Okay. I'll sell my stuff for half the price because you guys taxed the fucking shit out of it. I'll take my money and leave now. And then I'll live quietly in Bulgaria or whatever the fuck I am. And then I'll watch the United States people. Oh, it's the rich people. And then I'll blame people outside of it. It's the white people. There ain't no white people here. It's the men. There ain't no men here. Just a country of minority women that we've gone. We're by. That's what I would do. So there you go. All right. questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. Check out all the links below. Especially get my book, Bachelor Pad Economics, and Poor Richard's Retirement. Those 2 books will tell you everything you need to know about retirement. But one's 480 pages, and the other one's like 200. So yeah. Imagine that. You'd have to read a book or 2. My goodness. And it might save you Lord knows how much in time in the future. All right, that's it. Links below. See you guys later. Toodles.